Some people just want to watch World Fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Makes
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got one more.
Jason just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. That's right. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 383. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
Yeah, I'm the intern.
Yay! We're all here. Yay! Except for Jim. Because of golf. Bastard.
Boo.
Boo. Who wants to play golf? I'd rather podcast.
It's supposed to snow tomorrow. You can't be playing golf.
I know. That is so weird. It's not even a good snow. It's like a light snow on the grass. That's it. Because it's been so warm. Ugh. If we're going to have snow, let's have a foot of snow.
Well, you said something that is completely contradictory.
What's that?
Good snow.
Nope. Nope.
No such thing as good snow. By definition, there is no such thing.
Great snow. How about that? Great snow.
That's even worse.
So I do want to say thanks to Jeff and Brian and Scab Jeff for holding down the fort last week. It was kind of nice.
If that's what you want to call what we did.
I didn't listen.
Oh, weird.
Well, we didn't get canceled.
We
So
didn't.
I guess that's a good thing.
We didn't. Nerdly.co.uk. Good day, governor. They have not canceled us. So
Hello, Vicka.
Cheeky good time. Cunt. So yeah, we're back here. Jeff, how are you feeling this week?
Blah.
What's wrong? Do you need a hug?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. Fuck you.
You asked how I was feeling.
Why are you blah?
Did you want me to lie?
No. Why are you blah?
Because sometimes in the world you just feel blah.
Okay. Well, in a week or so, I can give you a hug, like a physical hug, Jeff, when we're both, vaccinated completely. So you should count down for that. You should be excited about that.
I'm completely vaccinated.
Well, 2 weeks after is usually what I'm saying. So that's why. And then I'm going to hug Brian. And then I'm going to kick Blake in the nuts. So, I mean, it works out great. It all works great. We're getting closer to us all being in a studio. That's happy times, right? No?
What if I want to continue Skyping in, man?
Maybe. I guess. You could. But you showed up more into the studio, Blake, when we did shows in the studio than when we Skyped in. So I think you should probably come into the studio so you actually be on the show. Just saying. So
Maybe I like the random vacations. And I refuse to work when you don't work.
Oh, well. Brian, how are you doing?
It's in my union contract.
No. We have a union?
Yeah, you didn't ask how I feel, though.
Well, I was getting to Brian first. Jeez.
Brian's the intern. You can go last.
Well, fine. Blake, how do you feel this week?
I am with giddy, childish anticipation of our first softball game Friday.
It is. This Friday, it's going to be a big day.
That's right.
First time I've played in a year and a half. So I'm excited.
Call what you do technically playing.
This year, I got the home run swing down. I feel good about it. I feel good.
Uh-huh.
Blake, are you actually going to show?
I'm the one that always shows. You're the one that you've been on hiatus.
Yeah, you know. I just didn't want to get COVID last year. That's it. That's the reason.
But Jeff's officially retired.
What?
He's collecting the sock monkey pension already, so he's the designated drinker
Are
and
you
lollipop.
Are you
and
retired,
lollipop
Jeff?
eater.
Well, I'm not playing.
Okay, so you're retired. Okay. Okay. Well, Jeff, it was a great career. It was a good career. One of the best picks. I'm going to say you're probably a first ballot Hall of Famer. Maybe second. Maybe second. Maybe second.
I did retire with the most wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When you show up at the Sock Monkey Hall of Fame, are you going to show up wearing your signature unmatching socks?
Oh, certainly.
There
Okay.
you go. That's first ballot right there.
You're not like a Jim Rice guy that has to be, voted in by the reporters. You're going to be in first or second ballot. I feel that.
The reporters are the ones that vote in the first or second ballot.
Whatever that is.
It's
What is that?
Veterans Committee.
Yes. Brian, take a drink. I messed up already.
I don't have anything tonight.
What? Did
Yeah.
your bourbon stash from the pyramid fund? Is that
No,
gone?
I'm still good. I'm just taking a night off.
Okay. I don't have any beer either. I don't either. Brian, I heard you have a new job. Is that correct?
I do, yeah.
What are you doing? If you can divulge that information.
He's doing something with Doggy Coin, right?
No, but supposedly that's going to the moon, so keep an eye on that. My new job is I'm working at the Pet Spot in Norwood. It's a dog daycare, kennel, boarding facility.
Nice.
Yeah, so helping run the kennel.
Do you take them for walks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Feeding, I mean, the whole nine. Feeding, watering, bathrooming, playing, petting.
You said it's a lot more exhausting than you thought, right?
Correct.
Why is that? Is that just because there's so many damn dogs?
It's you're just never not moving. Mm-hmm. Like you're always doing. There's always stuff. I mean, obviously, there's always stuff to do, but like the schedule is so tight that you're just always moving.
Nice.
Like
I know the original owners and managers that opened that place up about 20 years ago. Yeah, pretty cool. They still playing Animal Planet on the little TVs in the dog condos.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I like that they have dog condos with TVs going.
Correct.
Well, dogs do like having noise around it.
The sound, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody talking makes them a little less nervous.
My dog's 14 years old, or almost 14 years old. I don't think she likes having the noise around. I'll be honest. She groans every time somebody talks, it sounds like. My wife does the same thing, too, when I talk to her. But, with my dog, yeah, she every time, like, a kid walks by her, she's just like, I'm like, you're 14. I'll give you that. So
yeah, you have a pretty active imaginative dog. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that? Are you having a stroke?
You. Yes.
Huh?
What? Well, I'm glad, Brian. I haven't talked to you, or I forgot to tell you about it, but I'm happy that you do because you love dogs, you love animals. So
I do, very much so. Yeah.
Nice. And if you do take your dog there, ask for Brian. He'll give them a good walk.
I will.
If you like us. If you don't like us, then don't go there. Don't go there.
Or, I mean, if your dog's just a complete asshole.
Do you get those?
Oh yeah. There are asshole dogs just like there are people. But they don't really talk back, so.
Speaking of assholes, I'll let you do your part at the end, Brian, but speaking of assholes, Bernie Madoff died. Did you see that?
Yeah. I did leave him off the list purposefully, but yeah.
There was a talk of doing a pyramid scam just to see who would be the pallbearers for the coffin. that you have to get somebody, and then they have to get somebody, and once you get 6, we're good. Saw that on Twitter. Bernie Madoff, the guy that I don't even know how many hundreds of millions that he got from a damn pyramid scam of promising 10-folds on their money. Kevin Bacon lost his retirement because of it. Who knew? If you put $10,000 in, I'll give you a payout of $5,000 each month. That seems legit. So, Blake, did you lose any money on Bernie?
No.
Okay. Is that
fortunately I was smarter than that?
You decided to research your finances?
Correct.
Okay. Poor Kevin Bacon.
So it says here that Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme is often referred to as a $65 billion crime.
Billion with a B?
It says, in fact, he actually stole $20 million in principal funds that were invested with him. His firm generated account statements telling investors that they earned returns worth of a total of $65 billion, but those never existed.
And he kept this going for a long time, too.
Yeah.
I always like that, that he tried to play the old man card, like when they were sentencing him to jail. He can't go, he's too old. Nah, I don't think that's how it works there, Chief. I don't think so. Jeff, how are you doing with TV? Have you watched anything this week?
Let's see. Caught up on Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Caught up on Invincible.
Okay.
I watched the what do you call it? The Real World Season 1 20th anniversary or 30th anniversary reunion.
How was that?
It was okay.
Okay.
Just watching the people from 30 years ago who started reality television get back together and fight again. So.
Was Puck in it?
No, because he was from season 3.
Oh, okay. So did they just have get together in a room and talk, or are they doing Real World again and that they're actually in a building?
They got together in New York and they went to the same loft that they lived in 30 years ago, and actually I think it was 29 years ago, and they stayed there for a week.
Oh, okay.
Except for the one guy who, when they were, pre-screening, screened positive for COVID, so he had to stay in his hotel room.
Did he Zoom
quarantined? And, so he was on closed circuit TV for whenever they did stuff.
I would probably watch the Friends reunion on HBO Max if they actually quarantined them in a room for a week or a house for a week. I would watch that reunion. I don't want to see them get together and sit and talk about the old times, especially that fucking David Schwimmer
I don't think
guy.
HBO has enough money to keep them together for a week.
It's ridiculous how much they're getting paid.
Yeah, it's going to cost HBO like $25 million just to film this one-off.
Hey.
I'm sure they could get David Schwimmer to stay in a room by himself for a week.
They could probably get him to stay in a room with wearing leather pants for a week, Jeff, at this point. And who's the guy that played not Matt LeBlanc? Who's the other guy? Chandler Bong. Who's that?
Matthew Perry.
Yeah. I don't think he's doing anything either, right? They probably found him in a gutter somewhere.
He's actually done the most, I think. Really? He's had a whole bunch of pilots and stuff, or short-lived shows.
I guess Matt LeBlanc, technically, because he's had so many TV shows that are exactly the same on different networks.
He had something other than Joey and was it Man with a Plan?
Short.
Or Episodes.
Episodes, that's
right. Oh, yeah, I forgot Episodes, and I love that show. Okay, never mind.
Lisa Kudrow has not done much. She did The Comeback.
That was very highly regarded, although I never saw it.
What else was she in?
Jennifer Aniston is awful in everything she did, so we can skip her.
Jennifer Aniston's great.
In what?
In everything she's ever done. Friends might be the worst thing she's ever done.
Okay, she was good in Leprechaun. I'll give you that. But everything else, she plays the same character. She plays Rachel in every fucking show she's in, every movie.
No, in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, she played Jeannie.
I'm talking after Friends. After Friends.
Oh, well, then she definitely wasn't playing Rachel. She wasn't Rachel in The Breakup.
No, she kind of was.
No, she wasn't.
And that wasn't a good film either.
I enjoyed it.
It was actually a really good film.
What?
I highly enjoyed that movie.
I can't stand that film. Yeah, I think Lisa Kudrow's probably had the least amount, right? Because David Schwimmer was in the show on AMC where he worked for the Mob restaurant. That lasted a season.
Yeah, and it ended on a gigantic major cliffhanger, and then they canceled it. So
he was in the Paul Bear.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? I think that was him, right?
TV shows that Matthew Perry did since Friends: Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. Let's see, Mr. Sunshine.
Oh, God.
He did 4 episodes of The Good Wife. Go On, or as I like to call it, Goon. Just one. The Odd Couple. And 3 episodes of The Good Fight.
he was also in The West Wing.
Oh, yeah.
That might have been when Friends was still on the air then.
It might have been around the same time or close to the end.
Yes.
So let's see. Lisa Kudrow was in Space Force.
Oh.
She was in The Good Place for an episode.
Oh.
She was. She played Patty.
You're a fan of that show, aren't you, Jeff?
Good Place, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I was thinking The Good Wife. My bad.
I was a fan of The Good Wife, too.
My bad. Do you still...
She was in the movie Booksmart.
Okay, so Lisa...
That was actually really good.
She was in Easy A. That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
Lisa Kudrow was the voice of Mom in The Boss Baby.
Oh, she loses for that.
Oh, God. Let's never talk about that again.
She's actually done way more than I thought, just looking back, like scrolling through.
Really?
Lisa Kudrow, yeah.
I forgot David Schwimmer did do a lot of Madagascar films.
Yeah.
Ugh, God.
Did we mention web therapy for Lisa?
No. She was in Scandal, Web Therapy, The Comeback, BoJack Horseman, Neighbors 2.
David Schwimmer's show on AMC that left on the cliffhanger was Feed the Beast. Feed the Beast.
Feed the Beast, yeah. That was a good
I
one.
think this is the first I've heard of that.
It looked interesting.
We watched it, and it was actually really good. I was really intrigued by it, and I was, especially the way it ended, I was like, oh man, this is going to be, like, season 2 is going to be awesome. And then it got canceled.
I do apologize. David Schwimmer's in the UK show Intelligence right now. He's filming that. So just like,
oh yeah, that's on Peacock.
oh no, it says oh no, I'll double check. Yep, Peacock and Sky One.
Yeah, it's like an original Peacock show, I think.
It's kind of interesting that NBC did not pony up the money for a Friends reunion. So, but you know what? Though, like I said, at least with Jeff's, Real World, at least they're doing something. Like, I don't really care about seeing all these guys get together. I don't care what show it is. Even Seinfeld. I wouldn't care if they got together and they sat around and talked for an hour on a show. Like, that doesn't interest me at all about the good old days, right?
Well, I don't know. I enjoyed, like, early on in the pandemic quarantine, they did a lot of those reunions on Skype reunions or Zoom reunions, and I watched some of those on the YouTube or whatnot, and some of those were fun.
YouTube Red, is that what you watched it on?
No, just plain YouTube. I never
Community.
watched YouTube Red. No, that was Yahoo. That Community.
Oh,
was
my
on.
bad. I forgot. It was Yahoo. My bad.
But I did watch the Community reunion when they did it. They did a table read of one of their episodes and then a discussion afterwards. So that was fun.
I did the HBO Max, they did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. That was actually really good.
Did they bring the original mom
Yes.
back? Really?
Yep.
They did.
And
Wow.
then like they went in pretty deep into like what all happened, like behind the scenes, why she left, and like it was very well done.
We tried to get my kids to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and that lasted like literally 5 minutes. And they're like, "What is this?" My daughter couldn't even get past the theme music, and my wife is like, "Get out! What is it? What is wrong with you? This is the best theme music."
She
out
didn't enjoy Yo Home, Smell You Later?
Look at my cab. Look at actually, the first episode we watched, the pilot, had a lot longer version of the intro that I did not realize. Because my wife's like, I don't know that verse. Like, what is going on here? But yeah, it kept going. Blake, do you think in 20 years you would watch an Oak Island reunion?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
It'll still be on.
How
They'll
can I,
still be
yeah,
looking
how
for
could I
shit.
not? I mean,
They might find wood.
I know. I mean, there's nothing beats buried wood, man.
20-year reunion, they go back to the island. Oh my God, we found a TV camera. Do you think this is from the 1800s?
Yeah.
Nah, it's probably from
This is
20
a
years
TV
ago.
camera dated 20 years old.
Do you still watch that show, Blake?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Okay. Have
It's getting exciting. They're finding buried rock roads. I mean, how can you not get excited about it? I don't understand.
Are you sure they're just not digging up the roads as it is? Like, are there roads on this island?
Yeah. It is crazy and it is insane.
Blake,
I mean,
your
it's
enthusiasm
the
is-
best thing ever.
Yeah. Do you also watch the other shows like Fool's Gold and all that stuff?
Only for the 5 minutes where you're forced to watch it
Okay.
for commercials and stuff.
Okay. I was just wondering if you watch those shows too.
Other than that, I'm like, nah.
We're going into the glory hole to get the gold. Let's see here. Brian, anything from you?
Let's see. I did catch up on Invincible as well. Still burning through Burn Notice.
You start burning. Okay, yeah, I forgot
Up
that.
to after. So
Well, if you would have
about
listened
this
last week, you would have known that.
My bad.
So after the 40 going on 14 guys were on talking about Bruce Campbell, I started binging Burn Notice,
Okay.
and so I'm up to season 6 of 7.
Which streaming network is that on?
Amazon.
Okay.
It's on Prime. Yeah.
I think I watched it maybe 4 seasons before I gave up, and it wasn't anything bad. I just forgot. I just got busy and I forgot to keep watching it back then. But I really enjoyed that show.
It is. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. I mean, it is a little bit repetitive in the storyline, like, but it's good. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
I just remember the 3 main leads all did a really great job. I remember they were all humorous in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then let's see what else. I think the only other thing were the 2 new WWE shows on A&E this weekend. The biographies, Stone Cold's biography that they did, and then the treasure hunt. WWE's
looking for like old artifact or old memorabilia. So the issue is I don't think I have A&E on YouTube TV. I don't think I do.
You do not.
I was looking for that today, so I gotta download the A&E app to get it. Yeah, the one that you told me about, the Most Wanted treasures.
Most Wanted treasures. That's what it is.
That they go back and they look for memorabilia. Didn't you say the first one was Mankind stuff?
Yeah, Mick Foley. So WWE has an archivist, and in their warehouse in Connecticut. So like they hired this guy specifically because they're creating a museum of all the different artifacts over the years. Like they've got every casket that the Undertaker's ever used. like on shelving in the warehouse, and they're all authenticated, and they're all, you know, what they're doing is like they're going through like the first episode was Mick Foley, and they were trying to track down, and they didn't have an original Mr. Sacco.
Oh.
They didn't have an original Cactus Jack, the sleeveless red flannel that he wore,
mm-hmm.
and then the original Mankind shirt that he made.
Oh God. Okay.
So like, and however, you know, through like, they got auctioned off for charity, whatever, and just ended up passing hands and going to different collectors.
Mm-hmm.
So like the archivist for WWE he works with all these like collectors, and it's actually kind of cool to see like these people who do this that you obviously don't ever know, you never heard of them, mm-hmm. but their house is like, the one guy has an entire house that is literally just all of his wrestling memorabilia. Like he has 2 houses. One of them is all dedicated to memorabilia.
Has he ever noted? Does he know what a storage unit is? That might help. I'm just saying.
You can't display things in a storage unit, Jason. Come on.
Is this person that has 2 houses for WWE stuff? Is that Blake? Is he been fooling us for all these years? I think it is. I think Blake has a secret fetish.
Huh?
But it's kind of cool just to see like, so like everything that they're trying to get, they have a valuation attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, they've got a guy like a NXT like trainee who's also like a big collector, mm-hmm. was a big collector, that is traveling around with the wrestlers, going to these places or whatever. And so it's just cool to see like how they kind of negotiate, like, so they'll offer them the money straight up. They'll say like, you know, we'll give you $5,000 because it's valued at like 7,500, whatever. You know, one guy was like, there's nothing you can give me that's going to make me give you this piece of memorabilia. So
they killed him.
So like the warehouse where they're building this museum and putting all this stuff together has never been like the general public. No one outside of wrestlers or employees have ever been inside.
Mm-hmm.
So as part of this, like that was one of the things that they agreed to do, was like they let this guy take a tour, and then he got to pick a piece of memorabilia to replace what he was trading them.
A lesser piece, but
yeah. So like he got
Undertaker's coffin.
He ended up taking like some cash, and then the barbed wire wrapped 2x4 from one of Mick Foley, or from one of Cactus Jack's matches or something.
Huh.
Like I was pretty intrigued by it.
So I used to be.
Man.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you mentioned 2x4, and it's like, I would think I would love to get my hands on the Jim Duggan Twisted 2x4.
The styrofoam one?
That would have been a great one.
The foam one?
Foam one. Twist it back. It's not looking good, Jim. Just let it go. Abort this. It's on national TV. Yeah, I used to be hooked on Toy Hunter with Jordan something. He was kind of an asshole from what I read online. But, like, his show was interesting because he would go look for all these toys or go to these places and, you know, bid on toys and that. And it was kind of cool to see that stuff. So anytime that they have that, like, I would love to watch Pawn Stars again. I just fucking can't stand anybody in the Pawn Star shop.
Yeah.
Rick seems like a fucking asshole. Like, I have no desire.
Yeah, they're all.
And Chumley's too stupid. Or the role he plays, I should say, is too stupid.
That's pretty much a role, but yeah, shouldn't he be in jail or something?
And it's really bad acting too. Like I saw the one they had some WWE memorabilia on it, and like just the acting was bad. Like, Chumley, why do you have this? It's like, oh my God, Rick, just stop. Like, I think the one I saw today, the clip I saw was they bought 130 pieces of Simpsons figures, like the toy figures, and then like 30 play sets. I mean, it was really cool. Like he had all these rare ones like Stephen Hawking's and all that. But just the way like Rick was like talking, it's like, oh my God, I can't watch this more than 2 minutes. So just to let you know, Simpsons memorabilia is actually going down in price. So if you have some, I would sell it now, just to let you guys know. So
What?
Yeah.
Or hold on to it so when it goes back up in price.
So I'm hoping
when they eventually ever end the show.
So I was hoping with my Walking Dead comic books. I didn't sell at the peak. Now I'm waiting for the peak to come out again. It's like, damn it. Blake, what did you find? Anything?
Find what?
Or watch anything? Anything exciting?
No, just the usual Falcon and Winter Soldier, and going back and watching all the Curb Your Enthusiasms again.
Okay. I'm
other than that, that's about it.
I'm 2 weeks behind on Falcon. My kids are slowing me down on that. So
Great.
tomorrow, we're binge watching it tomorrow. I told them this is it.
So I guess I can't talk about it tonight.
No, you can.
So you missed the episode where Falcon died.
Oh, no, I saw that one. That's fine. That was episode 2. Episode 2.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, damn it. No, it's a good show, but I told my kids that we're binge watching it, and if you're not there, I'm just playing it. I tried to play it the one day, and they came in from outside playing. They're like, why are you watching this without me? I was like, I can rewatch it. No, Dad, don't do that. It's like, okay, my bad. I've enjoyed it, though. It's a good series. So, okay. Just to let you, we will do the Twitter poll of the week in the News of the Geek section because they're kind of correlated together. They're connected. So, one of the articles. That's a tease.
Ooh, that's what they call a tease in this business, huh?
That's right. Let's see here. Blake, since you weren't here last week, can you do some sexy listener feedback for us? No? I guess not. Okay, well, Jeff, you want to do some listener feedback? Because Blake's ignoring me. No? Nobody?
Who, me or Jeff?
Listener feedback from this guy named Doug.
Number 1 fan? Can't give yourself a
7.
nickname? Yep.
Dad.
How good is the new film with Kevin James playing NFL coach Sean Payton, coaching his son's 6th grade football team while he was suspended, going to be?
How good is this film going to be?
How good is the film going to be? Kevin James playing Sean Payton, coaching his 6th grade's football team. He did that when he was suspended from the NFL for encouraging headhunting.
Is that what he was suspended for? The Greg Williams debacle?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be awful because Kevin James is horrible. He continues to taunt me. He needs to go away. His NASCAR TV series has gotten horrible reviews on Netflix. I don't care what Brian says.
Fantastic.
No, stop it.
Fantastically. Oh,
Stop
it's so good.
Stop it.
It was so funny.
There's nothing good about that show. And I just saw the trailer. I am kind of intrigued by this. I actually would rather watch Snoop Dogg coach his son's football team. He does that too. I'd rather watch Snoop Dogg than Kevin James. Which is kind of fitting because today's 420, Snoop Dogg's Day. So, Blake, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. What happened?
I don't know. You hung up on us.
No, I got disconnected.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, if I hung up on you, I wouldn't be back in.
Oh, jeez. Is that a threat or a promise?
Keep it up.
Okay.
Is that part of the union rules? If you hang up the phone, you're not allowed to call back.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Blake. We started news of the listener feedback because I don't know. We thought you left us for good.
No, I'm sorry.
Do we have a sponsor this week? We didn't announce the sponsor, so.
Who's the sponsor?
Oh, it's brought to you by the Super League. Maybe not.
Or not.
Or not.
The people on social media are making a gravestone, and it's 2 days old, the Super League, April 18th to April 20th. So, Blake, you're a soccer fan, a football fan. The Super League.
I am a European football fan, correct.
What was this thing?
I want to make sure that our limey listeners out there in the UK understand that.
Good day, mate. So what exactly was this? 12 teams, like the most richest teams? Is that what it was?
Yeah, right. All the leagues are nationalized.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the the English, have the Premier League, La Liga for Spain, Serie A for Italy, and you got the Bundesliga in Germany, and basically, all these major, they all have their version of the Yankees and Dodgers.
Okay.
Right. And Red Sox and basically a lot of these top super clubs that, get all the best players and all that kind of stuff, eventually decided to go ahead and form their own super league.
Mm-hmm. So
the good equivalent of that I saw today would be, think of the NCAA. Think if, the best teams out of the SEC, the Big Ten, the Pac-12, Big 12 decided to form a league all themselves and, basically leave all the other conferences and teams behind. You know? So think of it that way. But what happened was FIFA is basically a dictatorship organization that controls all of European soccer.
And corrupt.
And FIFA wants the United States MLS league to change because we don't have a B league or a C league. Because, what they want to do is to try and keep their competitions up. Mm-hmm. So if you don't finish in the, top 17 out of the 20 leagues, you drop down to the next lower division where like the top 3 teams in the next lower division will move up.
Which I actually kind of like that. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it is. The MLS is just full of shitty teams right now, and it's horrible product. But anyways, so imagine if all those super teams and all these nationalized, leagues decided just to screw everybody and start playing games amongst themselves in addition to what they're doing. But FIFA, being the dictatorship organization and corrupt, entity that they are, basically said, okay, if you do that, then we're not going to let you play in the Champions League. You're not going to play in the Europa League. We're not going to let you play in any of the cups. And the players that play in this won't be able to play in the World Cups for their, nations and all that. And not to mention, all the nationalistic fans had hissy fits and said, "You're ruining our leagues," which essentially it could have, ruined or detracted from the players. Because what if you got a Super League game on Wednesday, and then when Saturday comes around, you're going to play your junior varsity guys, quote unquote, so. With the expectation that even with their JV guys, they can probably still beat 3/4 of their national league that they're playing in anyway. So
I was wondering because, like I said, it kind of sounded like, oh, that's kind of fun. The Super League. I didn't know that they were actually leaving. They were in.
They do have kind of like a Super League de facto, and that's run by FIFA. That's a Champions League.
Okay.
So depending upon how your national club teams do in the Champions League, they'll allot slots for next year's Champions League. So usually England, Spain, you get like the top 4 teams, and Italy 3, Bundesliga 4, and the French, they whine and cry, so they at least get 1 or 2.
They get
and then a couple of the other leagues, and basically you're taking for that season. You're taking the best teams that perform that season in their top tiers. Mm-hmm. And my time's up. Damn. No. So in their top tiers, and they basically play like a World Cup format where you're playing in a division of 4, mm-hmm. and the top 2 teams advance into elimination. 16, round of 8, round of 4,
okay,
and then finally at 2, and you play home and home. So it's actually a great concept because you play, the teams, one at your place and one at their place, and whoever scores the most goals eventually for those both games will.
So as long as you score 2 goals, you're going to be in the next round. You're going to be fine for the next round.
That's right. As long as you score one,
Jeff,
there's a chance.
Jeff and I have talked about this before, though, about when you mentioned like the bottom three teams go down to the minors and the next one goes up. So if we did that, based on 2020 baseball standings, Pittsburgh Pirates would be out. Let's see here. The Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers would not be playing this year. So
and think about it for a second, right? We consider our country and our models to be the most capitalistic, free market competition, right? Mm-hmm. And we consider all those European leagues and teams to be social democracies and government assisted and help. But in reality, their sports leagues are performance driven and free market driven, because if you lose, you get relegated to a lower tier of competition. And if you win, you're elevated to a top tier of competition. So they're actually more free market, performance based sports leagues over there. Whereas here, we're socialistic. Hey, you sucked. You're horrible. You're at a disadvantage. You get to go first. You finish last. You draft first. And and that's what keeps their teams from tanking, because you lose money if you don't stay in that top tier, if you don't elevate it. Whereas over here, our sports leagues, you're rewarded for throwing seasons, for tanking and being shitty.
Well, and here's the thing. So Detroit would have been gone. Pittsburgh and Texas would have been gone. In their place, based on the 2019 minor league standings, because there was no minor league baseball last year, you would have had Round Rock. They would have been in it. Round Rock. Las Vegas. That would have been a nice one. And let me just make sure here. I think that was, is it El Paso? Hold on one second here.
Yeah.
Let me get this right. I'm sorry, Gwinnett. Round Rock, Gwinnett, and Las Vegas.
And think of the monetary boom those clubs could get, for example, if we're playing imagination baseball here. And if you continue to do well, you can stay in that top tier, and so your incentive is to, pay rosters, get players, develop your system. I mean, you think about, even in the NFL, you could probably, look at the shitty teams year in and out. My Browns, I would, and Bengals.
I apologize.
We would have been in second tiers, but you could at least break into a second tier. But just imagine all the money and revenue that'd be lost, and the owners are so greedy they would never allow that. So, like for a couple years ago, Leicester City in the English Premier League, they finished in the top 3 of the B League, and then the very next year they took the Premier League by storm, and they won it all, and basically came out of nowhere and surprised the shit out of everybody, and it was great.
Is there a grace period? Like if you move up one year, can you move back down the following year?
Yeah, I mean, you have to finish in the top 17.
Okay, there's no grace
20.
period.
For example, most of those leagues are called a table, and it's like a table of 20 teams. So as long as you're not in 17, or as long as you're not in 18th, 19th, or 20th place, you stay in the top tier.
Okay. And I do apologize. I made a mistake. It was not Gwinnett. It was actually Columbus Clippers would be in the Major League Baseball this year. So you would have had Columbus, Round Rock, and Las Vegas this year instead of Detroit, Pittsburgh.
And just think if they were actually decent and good, they could make a run in the playoffs.
Obviously,
but the problem is those teams are all stacked with teams that are under contract with other teams.
We were pretending.
Come on.
It's like, okay, so Columbus is up, but they have none of the players because they belong to the Indians.
And where would they play?
Think of how much of a better product the NBA could be. If you dumped half the shitty teams that try and tank for the lottery picks every year. And think about MLB baseball. I mean, well, that'd be kind of hard because all the minor league teams are affiliated with the major league teams. But maybe the NFL, well,
XFL's coming back, baby. XFL and Canadian Football League are joining up. The Rock is doing it.
Well, there's your tier 2.
Which one's tier 2 though?
The XFL is joining up with the Canadian Football League.
Well, actually, the Canadian makes a 1.75. So
yeah, they're the rumor. The rumor is that they're going to play a championship game between the two champions, like do a champion game, like between the XFL champion and Canadian Football League champ. The NBA could do it with that 3-on-3 league, the Big Three League or whatever. So then you would have a 5-on-3 game if one of those teams came up. Well, the Utah.
I'm sure Ice Cube would be all in on that.
Come on.
I mean,
or you compromise and play 4-on-4.
Like hockey should be played. What's that, Brian?
No, I was just gonna say they don't play defense anyway, so
That's true. And then
matter.
It would be half court again. You could do it as half court maybe even because that's what Big Three does, and it's really really bad. It's so bad.
And if you score the basket, you get to keep the ball.
That's right. It's a souvenir. Allen Iverson would be in
take
it.
it out by half court again.
Allen Iverson. Blake, start us off. Well, continue us with Lisa. She's got some questions.
Okay. So you already did Big D.
We did Big D.
All right. This is from Lisa 3503 at Lisa 230. Fast and Furious 9 director Justin Lin says he would never say never for a Fast and Furious and Jurassic World crossover. Dramatic pause. Please explain how this would work in your story ideas.
Brian, you're a huge Fast and Furious fan. And I looked this up. This is true. He did say he would be up.
And Jason, you're a huge Jurassic World fan. So let's bring your guys' favorite franchises together.
Okay. Chris Pratt and Vin Diesel star. So it would be Owen and Dom. That's his name, right? Dom?
Yep.
Okay, Dom. Okay. What do they have to steal? What do they have to steal a lot of? VCRs? Because that's what they stole in the first one.
Dinosaur eggs.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, steal dinosaur eggs.
I like it.
From the evil people who are trying to, cultivate killer dinosaurs.
I could see that. So they're trying to stop the terrorists from making dinosaur terrorists with guns, because that was an actual idea a long time ago in Jurassic World, that they were going to do that for a movie. So
can we pair Vin Diesel with Jeff Goldblum's character Malcolm?
No, I already said Owen. That is Chris Pratt's character. Stick with us here.
All right, I'll stick with it. Yes.
They find out that they're on a transport that can't go under 60 miles an hour, and they need somebody that can drive a car fast. So who do they get, Brian? Dom. And my family. Sorry.
Familia?
He doesn't have friends. He only has family.
That's right. My family. Okay, Brian, keep going. Anything else going on here? Or is this it?
I was just gonna say, shouldn't they be riding the dinosaurs?
Oh, like the fast dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Chris, I kind of want to see Vin Diesel on the back of a brontosaurus. I kind of want to see that now.
Jumping it off of a cliff, over the ocean.
And Owen can take Blue, his favorite raptor, into space, and they could have those little space suits for the dinosaurs. I like it. Okay,
Space Raptor.
He could take Blue to Uranus.
Really, that's the joke you went with. I expect that from Blake. Not you.
The intern is learning.
Sorry, there was a category on Jeopardy tonight called Planet Shaming.
Mm-hmm.
So for every question, I just yelled out Uranus.
So, I was going to ask, was Uranus the answer to every question?
In my house, it was.
Screw you, Anderson Cooper. It's Uranus.
Back to Fast and Tyrannosaurus.
Ooh, trademark it.
Trademarked.
Thank you. Yes. Fast and Tyrannosaurus. I like this.
Fast Rex.
Cool.
Who's the bad guy? Who would be the bad guy? Is it Idris Elba with his, giant pecker, or is it something else? His giant Spinosaurus? I mean, There's many options.
So, who have been the bad guys so far? And
Charlize.
Let's see, we've got Fast 9. We've got John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
He's the bad guy. I mean, he could wrestle the dinosaurs. They could have we've got
Idris Elba as a superhero. He was pretty much a superhero.
Well, we're going to have a spinoff with The Rock and Jason Statham.
Mm-hmm. It's true. That's true.
So
was Charlize Theron a bad guy in one? She was a villain, right?
Yeah, she's back.
Can we have them ride
in
Raptors?
What was that?
Can we have them ride Raptors like a motorcycle Raptor gang?
We already talked about this. Vin Diesel's already doing this, Blake. You're late to the party here. Is Blake in an airport terminal there?
Passengers in row 1 now boarding.
Hey, man.
Okay, so that's our idea. Fast.
It's always a fun ride at my house. Come on.
Okay, I like that question. Next week's News of the Geek, you find out how Vin Diesel decided to cast John Cena. That's the News of the Geek tease for next week. That's an article coming up. So, Brian, I picked that article just for you. So there you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I do for you, buddy. What else we got here from Dev? Blake?
From Dev. Sci guy.
Uh-huh.
Says, how long after Fast and Furious 12 do they just reboot the franchise?
Brian, again, you're the Fast and Furious expert.
So they're going to end with 10. 10's it. But they're going to start doing
spin-offs,
prequel, origin stories for other characters, from what I understand. So I don't think it'll ever be rebooted.
You know, it's a silly series.
Yeah, and never say never in Hollywood.
That's true. And we kind of joke
one thing
about
we
it.
Learned.
But that juggernaut is impressive. It makes $1 billion every film. I mean, people love it.
Yeah,
people love it, and I don't mock anybody for loving it because it's good candy, popcorn, film. But
I've seen every one of them in the theater. I mean, it's like something that we do. We make it. We make it an event. Like we wait for it to come out. Like us and some friends, we all go see them when they come out. Like I love them. I know they're bad. They're not great. Hey. They're not going to win any kind of awards. But
hey, they've got a better fan base than Star Wars.
Yeah, you don't hear people
the fans don't sit around bitching about how, oh my God, this ruins everything that came before it.
Well, if it doesn't really have a plot, it's kind of hard to bitch and complain about it.
But you know what, though? It is nice. I mean, like I said, it's not my cup of tea because I get bored with them, but I may need to go back and see them. But, at least they make money and they're enjoyable. Like, the best part is I think they're in space in the next one. Is that correct? They go into space? The trailer shows that they might be going into space. And, that was the headline, and people are like, yeah, he's going into space. Nobody bitched about it. You're right, Jeff. Nobody said, fuck this. They can't go into space. They're just like, yeah, they're going into space. Oh, okay. Good for them. You're right, Jeff. They might have the best fan base out there. Let's see. Blake, what else we got?
Sure. From Beside Geek, hey, if you could Snyder cut your life, that means you're going to have to be living in, 4:3 versus HD. Would you add stuff you wish you had done? Or take out stuff you regret? You can't do both, or the universe will implode. So add stuff you wish you had done or stuff you regret.
Jeff, what are you doing?
I'd add stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I think adding stuff would be a lot more exciting than, taking out stuff you regret.
Yeah, I probably would add. I think I would add stuff too.
Yeah. It's better to have done something and regret it than never have done it at all.
I would remove all the stuff that Joss Whedon wrote into my life.
in your life script.
Yes.
Booyah. Brian, what would you have done?
I'll probably add.
Yeah, I agree. I think Blake has has it right. You rather have this stuff and then you can regret it, but at least you can do more things in your life with adding it.
I'll put it this way. My life is probably a pretty boring movie to begin with. If you start removing things from it, it would be an incredibly boring movie.
So you're like that.
It would make would make My Dinner with Andre look like an action movie.
You're kind of like the Out of Africa life. Very boring. The movie Out of Africa, very boring. Or The English Patient life, like a very boring film. Okay.
Both of those movies were probably more exciting than my life. So
I've seen those films. I would rather watch your film, Jeff. I would rather watch. It's your life is better than La La Land. Let's be real. Come on.
You only say that because you're a character in my movie.
Oh, I get to sing and dance too. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Maybe Hugh Jackman will play you in the.
Oh God, Hugh Jackman.
Life.
He just celebrated 25 years of marriage. Fuck him. God, come be with me.
Okay.
How dare she keep?
Oh
him?
my God! How dare he stay married? God.
Yeah, she kept him all to herself. That's just selfish. Share him with us.
We don't know that. There very well could be an agreement between them that he can go out.
I don't see them being Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. I don't see that. I don't see it that way. Allegedly. Welcome to Earth. What else we got here, bro?
Earth.
Is that a Jada Pinkett line?
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, she says that to Will Smith. Welcome to Earth. What else we got?
We got Professor Number One and Doctor Number One. Cincinnati City Councilman Wendell Young was arrested last week. Are we up to 4 now?
Pretty close.
I think that's 4, yeah.
Yeah. Will there be anyone left on the council by summer? Would Jim or Brian run?
Jim might. Brian, I don't know. You're not eligible because you don't live within Cincinnati city limits.
I do not live within the city limits.
Yeah. Jim could.
Jim, I think he would get that Dana Garden contingency who could, as long as we're not checking IDs while we vote, they can, run into Cincinnati and vote for him.
Well, Dana Gardens is in Cincinnati. So...
I like that every couple months we have somebody, Dr. or Professor Number One follows us enough that he's going to keep letting us know that there's another city councilman that keeps getting arrested.
I'll say is that I could be bribed into running.
Ooh.
You know what? At least get it out of the way first, right? Get it out.
I mean, if you start with it, then,
There you go.
If you're not hiding it.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely right.
That's it. Change approved. Brian's running for city council next year or whenever that's up.
All right.
It's up. Let's do this.
It's true. We can get the Dana Garden contingency for you too, even though you live in Norwood, right?
I do. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Maybe.
Have you ever noticed Cincinnati City Council is a little corrupt? Have you noticed that? Just a little corrupt.
It's less than half.
Yeah, we got like what, four arrested now and FBI stings for get this, taking illegal bribes. No shit.
4 out of 9. Well, come on, we gotta get one more.
5 out of 9 is better at taking illegal bribes, I guess.
Half of them at least are good enough to not get caught. So
yeah, exactly.
They're the Duke University of councilmen. It's not that they haven't done it; they just haven't been caught.
That's right.
Okay, we got something this week. face off. Want to take his face.
Oh, great.
We got Treebeard versus the Charmin Factory Lumberjack. So, who is Treebeard? Who is he?
Treebeard is the named ant
His Treebeard.
from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, he's a
Jeff,
fucking... Oh, Jesus.
You
he's
could
an
have
ant.
completely snowed him on who
you didn't-
Treebeard is. And he would
You didn't realize it was a walking tree?
No!
It's a tree versus a lumberjack? Jeez.
This could have been so much better, Jeff. You could have snowed him over on
I'm
what Treebeard
sorry.
was. And he would have bought it completely.
He would have. I mean, strike that, Jason.
I thought it was like two
Treebeard
people
is-
with beards. That's what I thought. So the Charmin Lumberjack versus a fucking walking tree, the fucking ants. Jeff, you're the D&D or whatever this is, LOR, whatever this is, expert.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who are you going with?
Depends.
No.
If Treebeard has the ability to call the rest of the ents, then I would take the entire ent forest.
That's not what this is. It's 1-on-1. Treebeard versus the
But part of Treebeard's power is to convince the rest of the trees to fight.
Well, I guess he's not
If you're
convincing them this
crippling
week.
him, you're crippling him by not giving him his power.
Suck it up. Throw some lumber at this guy. Not my fault. Throw some squirrels out of the tree at him. No, I don't feel sorry for this. So who are you picking?
I don't even know who the Charmin Factory Lumberjack is.
He's the
Neither do I.
he's the
Tell you the truth.
lumberjack from Charmin.
He's the guy that cuts down the trees that get turned into toilet paper.
But I don't know. Is he a special lumberjack? Does he have lumberjack superpowers, or is he just walking around with an axe?
He sings.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay.
Sleep.
I mean, his
Cuts down
superpower
trees.
is picking out the softest trees.
Yeah, just
so-
go with that.
Oh. Well, then, no. If he can pick out the softest trees, then he won't get Treebeard, because Treebeard's hard.
Okay.
Yeah. Hardwood.
Side note, don't look up Charmin Tree Lumberjack on images on Google because you get a toilet paper holder of a black bear onto a wall that toilet paper is coming off of. Like you pulled the toilet paper out of the bear's ass. That is a legit toilet paper holder. What is wrong with people?
Now I know what I'm getting for the studio.
22 totally quirky toilet paper holders. Why? Why do you need a quirky toilet paper holder? Why? Look at that thing.
Why not?
That thing's
Because
awful.
it makes life. Now that looks perfect if you were renting a cabin in the woods and your bathroom had that cute little toilet paper holder.
You're pulling
would
it out of
enjoy.
its ass. That can't be clean. That can't be clean.
Well, I mean,
It's not a real bear, Jason.
The commercials are basically the bears twerking in our faces, showing us that their asses are clean.
My
So-
hind is clean.
Cause it's Charmin clean. My hiney's clean. Back to the question, Blake, who's winning? The lumberjack or the tree ant?
I'm going to have to go with Treebeard.
Okay. Brian? We beat Treebeard in the D&D game a couple weeks ago. So are me and you both going with the lumberjack here?
Yeah, that's the obvious choice.
Yeah, I agree.
Was that before you beat the dungeon or defeated the dragon?
Both. We actually beat
Okay.
the dungeon and the dragon, and then we went looking for ents. We're like, what else do we need? I don't know. We need some campfire. Let's go get an ent.
So now you're saying it was after saying it was before.
Yeah.
I don't think you actually played this game.
We did. Thank you very much.
If we didn't play it, how did we beat it? Gosh.
Durr.
You want step-by-step instructions on how to beat it?
Step by step. Oh, yeah. Before we get into News of the Geek, Brian, do you have a joke for Jeff this week?
Oh, I do. Actually, I've got several saved up, too, 'cause we didn't do it last week.
Oh, my gosh.
Forgot to ask for my joke last week.
You know.
All right. Let's see here. Do.
Jeff,
This makes for a great video.
while we wait.
Do you have any knock-knock jokes?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting Cal.
Moo.
Well, never mind. Anyways, Jeff, while we're waiting for him to do that, why don't you give me some intro to News of the Geek? Give me some of that so we can get that by.
News of the Geek.
Actually, I just found.
Thank you. Never do that again. Go ahead, Brian.
You asked for it.
This is very topical for our opening. So, Jeff, what happened when the cast of Friends were stuck out at sea in a life raft?
I don't know. What happened when the cast of Friends was stuck out at sea in a life raft?
They were fine because Lisa could row.
No.
Hey, they all can't be winners.
Remember when we were a comic book podcast? I miss those days.
Yeah, we stopped reading comic books, Jason.
Yeah, we did.
Remember when we were an actual history podcast?
I do remember that.
Just picked up my Berserker Volume 1.
Berserker.
Nice, the Keanu Reeves movie, comic book.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake, we used to be a history podcast, but that's in the past.
Why don't you stole the intern's joke for next week?
I think I did.
That's okay. I've got probably 45 or 50 saved, so I got plenty of good ones.
So you're saying we're at least going to episode 430. We're at least going to episode 430 then. Okay, we can't quit before then because I want to get through all your jokes, Brian. It's a highlight every week. It's a highlight. Let's see.
Or we could just do an entire episode of intern jokes.
I was actually surprised you guys didn't do that last week.
I thought that was last week.
We had to do the Oscars, man.
We talked Oscars last week.
Let's see here. News of the Geek. Per Deadline, Kevin Smith's next film, Kilroy Was Here, is going to the NFT market, with the director set to sell the rights to the film via blockchain. Smith will auction off the horror anthology as a non-fungible token, with the owner gaining the rights to exhibit, distribute, and stream the movie. Quote, as an indie artist, I'm always looking for a new platform to tell through which to tell a story. And crypto has the potential to do that. And while also...
Hey, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Does Kevin Smith still qualify as an indie artist?
No.
I think after his first Clerks, he was an indie artist. But after he did 2 and then 3 and all that other bullshit, he's no longer indie.
I don't know.
Well, what makes you indie? Because his last, 5 or 6 movies have all been independently financed.
That's true. He may be independent.
They were shitty-ass movies. But...
Yeah, but were they in black and white?
Is that the
No.
reason that they're indie?
And they had no gay cowboys either.
The artist is very
and
indie.
no gay cowboys, that's right.
Crypto has the potential to provide that while also intersecting with our almost 25 years of experience selling real-world collectibles online at the brick-and-mortar Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. Back in 1994, we took Clerks up to Sundance and sold it. Selling Kilroy as an NFT feels very similar. Whoever buys it could choose to monetize it traditionally or simply own a film that nobody ever sees but them. We're not trying to raise financing by selling NFTs for a Kilroy movie. The completed Kilroy movie is the NFT. If this works, we suddenly have a new stage on which I and other better artists than me can tell stories. Non-traditional monetization is nothing new for Smith. I'm sorry, Brian, go ahead.
No, this just seems dumb to me. Because some asshole with a bunch of money could buy it and then nobody will ever see it.
Correct. And you know what? Based on, like Jeff said, the last 6 Kevin Smith films, that may not be a bad thing. Smith, who held an auction for the rights to Red State at Sundance in 2011, only to buy it himself, which was a move criticized by many as a publicity stunt. Lionsgate ultimately got the rights to that film's packaged media, while Smith's Modcast had the theatrical rights. That would not be the case with Kilroy, whose rights will entirely go to the purchaser. The film stars Azita Gonzada, Ryan O'Nan, Harley Quinn Smith, oh dear God, Chris Jericho. Wait a minute, Chris Jericho? Jason Mewes, Ralph Garman, and Justin Kuxlini. There you go. Who wants to chip in money? We got any of the PPP loan left? No.
Wait. It's nothing said they are anti taking IOUs.
Ooh. Which, in all honesty, is going to be bigger than digital currency. So I think we might be okay. Let's do this.
I do have one question though.
Yeah.
What is NFT?
It's a non-fungible token.
So basically, and I'm not an expert on this at all, I'll give you what I know from my experience. WWE, yes, wrestling, sold a ton of these Undertaker NFTs. And they're basically like pictures and GIFs and that stuff, right? And you can make them anything. But like there was one picture of the Undertaker, and I forget what it was from, that sold for $60,000. And so basically that person who buys it can now monetize that any way they want. A lot of it is, though, that they trade it for other NFTs or other items through digital currency. So I don't think you can actually cash it out. Like you can't get like into a bank vault, like here's $50,000. But you can monetize it into other digital currency. So that's what I've seen from it. So I don't care.
I've got some Dogecoin that I like to offer Kevin Smith.
You know, I feel like, Jeff, at this point, I'm too old to worry about what a fuck NFT is, and I just don't care enough anymore. I just don't care. So.
If it ain't Venmo, I don't know what it is.
I don't even have Venmo. Damn it.
I haven't used PayPal for like 20 years, and all payment options online come up with PayPal. I'm like, who the hell still uses PayPal?
Me.
I get paid in PayPal through some of my freelance stuff. So I have it that way.
Doesn't PayPal own Venmo, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So
can I use my Venmo account to use PayPal, or do I have to get a second one?
That I have no clue.
Blake, you still owe me $20, so Venmo by PayPal. See if you can do it that way, Blake. See if you do that.
Oh, yeah. That's why you're showing up Friday. I owe you $20.
Where's my money, bitch?
It's not to play softball.
Where's my money, bitch? You better have it.
Bitch better have my money.
Per Collider,
Collider.
the arrival of Toy Story in 1995 forever changed how we see movies. Woo!
No.
Let's see. Basically, Collider ranked the top 20.
Collider.
Ranked 23 of the Pixar films. And they updated from the last time they did it in 2013, I think it was. So, we won't go through all of them. I'll just tell you like the blocks of them.
God.
Yes, we will. We'll go.
So
through
let's
all
see.
of them.
Let's see. You posted this on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's Twitter poll of the week,
Yep.
and now you have it in News of the Geek, man.
I'm just on.
Aren't you? I think you have a problem.
Maybe
We like, but we like
rankings.
Pixar.
Pixar. That's the word. I was going to say we like Twitter. I'm like, that's the wrong one. We like Pixar.
Bottom,
That's what I meant.
Bottom 5, Cars 2, completely agree. Horrible film. Shut up, Blake. The Good Dinosaur, agree. Cars 3, A Bug's Life. Jeff, give some respect for Bug's Life.
Bug's Life. No, that's terrible ranking for A Bug's Life.
And Brave.
I mean, there's it's better than at least a dozen of these other films.
I agree. Brave is number 19. I don't have a problem with that. Brave is, I like the lead, but the story was bad. Then you got the middle.
Yeah, you like redheads,
Yeah, I do. Top 10 is
especially Irish ones.
Arr, where's my potato? That's not Irish. Top 10, Ratatouille, Soul, Coco, Up, and Toy Story.
Hold on. What accent was that?
An Irish-Scottish person. My potatoes? Where are my potatoes? I can't eat anything but potatoes.
I like Coco. I think that could be in the top 5. Up, I think, is way too high. Yeah. I think Jim has mentioned before, the first 20 minutes is the best Pixar has ever done, and then the rest of it is eh.
Yeah, unfortunately, then there's still another hour and 20 minutes after that.
Hold on a second. Did you say Up was way too high?
Top 5? I'll tell you what. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Top 5, The Incredibles, Monsters, Inc. I think that's way too high. Inside Out, fuck that movie. I like it, except for sadness. Wall-E, which I don't think I've ever seen, all of it. And number 1 is Finding Nemo.
Okay, Wall-E's way too high.
I've
never seen Inside Out. Finding Nemo's good. It would probably make my top 5, but not my number 1.
No.
You know, you do a lot of complaining of way too high. What's way too low?
Coco.
I
would put that
Bugs
in the
Life. Toy Story 3.
Even Toy Story 2, I think, is really good.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4 should be lower. That should be Toy Story 4. I'm sorry, Toy Story 4 should be in the bottom 5, to be honest.
And Toy Story should probably be in the top 5. So it's just move up a couple, but
I mean, I don't think.
And then there's the ones I hadn't seen in the middle there. So like Inside Out, Coco, Soul, Toy Story 4.
You're gonna have to post this link in your Twitter release so that people have a visual reference to see what you're looking at.
Yeah, I'll send this out. But that's the top,
there you go.
That's the thing. We had a Twitter poll of the week based on that, based on Collider's article. What is your
Collider?
What is your favorite Pixar film?
Yes, I know.
Well, Finding Nemo was last at 7%. Inside Out was 14%, and Wall-E was at 29%. 50% said other, and then not enough people listed the others. They just picked other. So they had Brave.
Apparently 6 people did.
Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., and Incredibles. So if you pick others,
I chose other, and my response was not logged.
Pixels is not a Pixar film. Stop it.
I disagree.
In fact, it's barely a film. So, just saying.
Pixels is a Pixar.
And then this is Blake's favorite article of the week. Per Eat This, Not That. There are times we hear about recalls or concerns about foods ingredients, but we might easily dismiss the news because it doesn't pertain to a product we buy. Unfortunately, that is not the case for a food that many of us might have in our pantries. Let's see. The brand best known for mac and cheese for decades is being sued for allegedly using an ingredient that's been shown to harm the health of some children for years, leading to hormonal issues, asthma, and more.
There it is.
Kraft macaroni and cheese. Allegedly,
is
worst
macaroni and cheese on the market.
The powder is too powdery. And
apparently will lead to child development problems.
Hormonal issues, asthma, and I like how it just says, and more. You're like, what? And more?
And more.
It allegedly contains...
I mean, who'd have thought that a cheese that comes as a dried powdery substance
here's the other...
be good for you.
In a nuclear color.
Here you go, Blake. The other ones are allergies and obesity.
Obesity.
Well, that's just food, isn't it? Too much food will lead to obesity.
It has nothing to do with the carb loading with all the pasta it's combined with.
It's not entirely clear what led 2 plaintiffs to bring a case against the Kraft Heinz Company on April 5th in the Northern District of California. However...
Yeah, I like it. It's not entirely clear.
Immediate research...
These 2 people somehow...
Got it. Well, it is California. I will say that. Immediate research suggests at least one of the plaintiffs could possibly have someone in their family who may have been negatively impacted by the chemical that the plaintiffs are calling the Kraft Heinz Company out for.
I kind of don't, no offense, but I kind of think you have to be shouldn't you have to be negatively affected by it to be suing them in the first place?
Not necessarily, because it could...
I mean, can I sue them?
Yeah, but it would probably be thrown out. You would have to have, in theory, you would have to have some type of connection to it. You would have to prove.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You would have to prove that it's negatively affected you, like you said, in some way. For it to continue.
I would probably say it has affected Jeff. It's part of the and more. I mean, he couldn't even match socks for softball.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't use their product.
You're ruining the lawsuit.
Oh,
some consumer
Damn it,
advocates
Jeff.
have reportedly been calling on the makers of Kraft mac and cheese to remove patholots.
Yeah, this is
What? Say
unless
that
you can
again.
pronounce
Say
this.
that again.
I would be impressed.
I think that's the only reason he even sent this article to you is to have you try and pronounce that word.
Patholots from the products in 2017.
PH, so it makes a sound.
Phthalates.
Phthalates. How do you pronounce PHTHALATES?
2000 manatees.
Fatalities? Phthalates.
Wait,
They're
you're
asking
telling
them-
me Kraft has Pilates in their mac and cheese?
Pilates.
If they did, you wouldn't be obese from it. So you could, it kind of counteracts. A 2015 study found that, quote, immunological changes, including increased propensity to develop wheeze.
There's no S in propensity.
Propensity, Jason? Come on.
Prospensity. What? What is that?
To develop wheezing, allergy, and asthma after dietary and inhalation exposure to these chemicals may be occurring. You know what? I don't like this
Okay, if
article
you're
anymore.
inhaling the cheese powder, you're doing it wrong.
Just gotta mix
I
it
mean-
in with a little milk.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm not going to hold Kraft responsible if people are snorting the cheese.
Is this on the TikTok challenge? Inhale the mac and cheese powder? Is that what it is?
Probably.
Oh my god. I don't even know. I did like the other is obesity. Man, who knew? Who knew?
Yeah,
I knew
isn't it
that
great?
food was a leading cause of obesity.
God. I can't handle this world anymore. Oh my god. Okay, Jeff.
Seriously, like everything should just have on the label. It should just say it's probably going to kill you sometime down the road.
Well,
This
it's like,
product may kill you,
I did
but
like
it tastes good.
I did like the new warning. They said that they're going to put on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine may cause blood clots in that. And then you're like, but it's still better than the alternative. So you may die, but you may die over here.
What was it? Yeah, it's like 6 out of 7 million.
Yeah, and I get that. I'm not trying to, make a thing about it, but it's just kind of like, you were going to put a warning on it.
That's right. Every death's a tragedy, of course.
That's right. Except for Bernie Madoff. Fuck him.
Yeah, except for that asshole.
And Hitler. Fuck him.
And pedophiles.
Yeah. And probably Pontius Pilate. He didn't do enough to stop a deity from being crucified. I mean, that's just probably him too. Let's see here. Jeff, hit us up with some box office news, buddy.
Box office news and report from April 16th through April 18th of 2021. Coming in at number one for the third straight week, I think. Godzilla vs. Kong, making $7.7 million, a total of $80.5 million on a $160 million budget.
Worldwide, it has made more than King of Monsters, the last one. So.
Coming in at second, Nobody made another $2.5 million, a total of $19 million on a $16 million budget. So I'm giving it props. I would like to see that one too, and it got its budget back at the U.S. box office, which is something we haven't seen
good.
much.
And I've heard a lot of good things about it. Isn't it close to being able to stream soon?
This weekend.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it this weekend.
That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do too.
It was sometime over the weekend maybe, or like last Friday, Bob Odenkirk live tweeted it. Like he watched it, and he would like people were watching it, and he live tweeted along with them.
Nice.
It's kind of cool.
That's cool.
I try not to to pay attention though because I wanted to.
Just
I hadn't, I wanted to see the whole movie.
So are you going to relive it? Like watch the movie and then every couple minutes look down and go over old tweets.
Supposedly there's a twist in the film. I don't know what the twist is, but like it changes like what
it's a little turn that when the if you got a long string of something,
it's a Twizzler.
Thank you, Mel Brooks.
Think about Hacksaw Jim Duggan's 2x4.
Exactly.
Oh, I got it now.
If the twist is big enough, then the film might run through backwards. I've seen that happen.
What's number 3?
Number 3 this week, The Unholy made another $2 million, a total of $9.5 million on a $10 million budget. Almost there. Should get there next week.
This is not going to be there next week.
No. Raya and the Last Dragon made $2 million, a total of $37.7 million on a $140 million budget. But it made a ton of money overseas and on Disney Plus special buy thing, whatever they call their $30 so you can watch this movie early.
Mm-hmm. Disney Premiere.
A premiere. There you go. And somehow Tom and Jerry is back in the top 5 with another $1 million, total of $42.6 million on a $79 million budget. Your favorite movie's back, Jay.
Yeah, this does not make me happy at all. At all. Stop seeing this film. Go see Raya and the Last Dragon.
Go watch the old uncensored cartoon shows. It'd be better.
Yes, I agree. What else we got, Jeff?
Coming up, opening in the theaters on April 23rd of 2021, we have Together.
Do you have this one? I do.
Oh, go ahead.
Huh?
I do.
I'll let you all
ahead, Brian.
take care of it. So.
Together, when a young loner becomes the gestational surrogate for a single man in his 40s, the two strangers come to realize this unexpected relationship will challenge their perceptions of connection, boundaries, and the particulars of love.
So it's like Pinocchio. Gotcha.
Just like it. Who's in it? Anybody I heard of?
Patty Harrison, Ed Helms.
No. Got an Ed Helms side.
Nora Dunn.
Wow, there's a Nora Dunn site.
Tig Notaro. Nobody else that I've ever heard of.
Okay. Also opening, we have Street Gang, How We Got to Sesame Street.
When Oscar the Grouch gets into a fight with Big Bird, he decides to start his own street gang and takes back the streets of Sesame Street. What side will Bert and Ernie? The conflict leads to difficulties in relationships, especially between lovers Bert and Ernie and Snuffleupagus and Big Bird. Which side will each choose? There you go.
And then also coming out, we have
it's rated R.
Kombat.
Some Elmo and Big Bird action.
And Wet Season.
Don't
and
tickle
Trigger
me.
Point.
Hey, a Wet Season sounds intriguing. What is that?
It's a porn.
It's a kid gets abandoned. A student is abandoned by his parents. I think he develops a bond with his teacher. I'm serious. That actually is the one.
Sure it's not a porn?
A teacher forms a bond with a student and has been abandoned by his parents. It's a Taiwanese film.
Ooh.
So there you go. And Trigger Point is... I don't have anything clever for that one, damn it. Brian, you got anything?
I can tell you what it really is about.
Trigger Point? Go ahead.
A retired U.S. Special Ops who becomes part of an elite, invisible team that quietly takes out the worst villains around the world.
That is the most generic... Did you make that up? Because that's the most generic synopsis. of any
Nobody.
80s film.
Sounds like a legitimized hit squad.
So basically, based on the trailer and the picture that it shows, it's just Barry Pepper as a sniper. So I'm in.
He's typecast.
Okay,
It's
you're
just
making
Barry
this up.
Pepper taking people out.
You're making this. You're
Barry
making this
Barry Pepper, sniper. He's typecast from Saving Private Ryan.
Every other film he's made.
Did he quote biblical quotes before he shoots?
Oh God. Well, that's an action movie. Speaking of action movies, we got a top 5 this week. That is favorite action movie since 2000. Yeah. Dun, dun. Action. Jeff, what do you got for your top 5 favorite action movies since 2000? Number 5.
Oh, you're starting with me?
I
Let me
am.
bring this up.
Starting with you.
My number 5, well, I'll put this out there to begin with. I didn't put any like superhero or James Bond movies on my list.
Oh,
They
man.
very
I didn't
well-
put any superheroes or horror movies on my list.
I didn't put any MCU or Star Wars films on the list.
That too.
Well, there's no Star Wars film that would make this list.
Yeah, I don't consider Star Wars an action film.
I thought
Even if you consider it an action, it wouldn't make my top 5
I
as
thought
best
Rogue.
action
The
films.
only one that was going to was Rogue One, for me. I thought that was a good action one. So go ahead.
But at number 5, I have 300.
Honorable
You're
mention.
fucking kidding me. I have 300
What number?
You?
from 2006.
No, what?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
what number was it on your list? Genius.
It was only the top 5, not the top 2006 movies.
No, year 2006.
Oh, okay.
It's my number 5 too.
Okay.
It was an honorable mention for me. I've watched it like 4 times, and the more I watch it, the less I like it.
I could probably agree with that, but I haven't watched it a whole lot of times. Maybe like the once in the theater and then once like when it came out on video.
Got
So it still is in my mind as something I really enjoyed.
Okay.
You could passively watch it and enjoy it.
My number 5 is Taken with Liam Neeson. Really enjoyed the first one.
I'm like, oh crap, that's on my list, and I'm like, oh, it's not on my list. It's an honorable mention. Apparently, it's on my short list.
Oh, okay.
I thought I put it in my top 5, but apparently I didn't.
I really
So-
like Taken. It's a good film, and I've seen that many times because they always replay it. The other ones are not good. Like 2 and 3 kind of get repetitive and boring.
Yeah. No, I think I meant to put Taken in my top 5, but some more reason I didn't.
I think part of the main reason is to that trailer for the Taken was top notch, was awesome. It got you right in that frame, and very well done for the trailer. Get you excited about it. Blake, what's your number? Number 5 was 300.
It didn't make my list because I don't think I've watched that movie.
Really?
No, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Taken is
I just have no I've had no desire to.
The
First
first
one's
Taken
good.
was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for a action movie, which I'm not a huge fan of as a genre in the first place. But
Because next week, our top 5 is top 5 genres. Top 5 favorite genres we like to watch.
ooh, excellent. Spoiler: action will not be on my list.
Okay, Blake, we know porn is going to be your number 1 next week. So 300 was 5 for you. So,
300 was my number 5 because
Okay.
I also went no superhero movies like Jeff because we're great minds, we think alike. Although I added horror movies.
okay.
I don't have any horror movies on my list, so that was
Neither
irrelevant.
do I. So there you go.
I didn't purposely keep them off. I just tend not
Just
to like
never
them,
made
so
it.
they wouldn't have made my list anyway.
Horror's a genre. That's all I gotta say. It is kind of interesting to see movies that were recommended for like action movies, and I'm like, no.
And we'll get to a few of those later just because I was the same way, Blake. I'm looking at these like, I don't think that really... number 5 for you, Brian.
Number 5 for me, Fast 5.
Oh, okay. What's your number
That's
4?
where they introduced
Fast
The Rock to the franchise.
Rock's first appearance.
Why is he not in this one?
The Rock.
I think it is. I don't think he's probably going to be in any more of the originals. Like they'll probably keep just doing spinoffs for him.
Gotcha.
Just because he and they had a lot of problems filming between him and Tyrese and Vin Diesel.
Gotcha.
So from the way I read it, they got through the best that they could.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just decided that he didn't want to film with them anymore. So he's just,
gotcha.
He just told them hey, I'm going to make you a ton of money. Just keep doing spinoffs with me. And they were like, all right, cool. Yeah.
I'm bringing Jason Statham.
I think the real reason is that he's too occupied with his exploratory committee for his 2024 presidential run.
2028 is what he said. 2028.
2024, because this old guy that we got in there ain't going to make it. He's
going to be, you know what, though? He's going to be replaced by another old guy. Don't worry. He'll be replaced by another old guy. And then he'll be replaced by another old guy. I don't know why things don't get changed.
Unfortunately, you're correct, probably. Who knows?
I don't know why things don't get changed. I don't know. We have a 90-year-old in there.
That's down the hall. This discussion should be taken down the hall.
Brian, number 4, is that Fast and Furious 4?
Yeah.
It is not.
4.
Oh.
Fast and Furious
7.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Tokyo Drift. What's your number 4, Brian? I'm sorry.
Number 4,
Fast and
Mad
Furious,
Max
Jurassic Park.
Blake, shut it. I'm sorry, Mad Max Fury Road?
Yep.
They're making a prequel to that. They're making a prequel to that.
That was close.
They already made it. It was called Mad Max.
Okay, sorry. They're making a prequel with Charlize's character in it.
Are they still doing it? I thought they weren't going to do that.
Tom Hardy's not coming back. That's why they're doing a prequel.
Yeah, so an older Charlize, what are they going to do? Artificially make her young?
I don't know. I didn't make it. I don't know.
They're going to take her face from 42 Days in the Valley and superimpose it on her?
They're going to take her face off.
So this is a really stupid question, Brian, but you expect that from me. I've never seen it. Do you need to see the other ones to understand it, or is it pretty much just go in, you're fine without it?
Like the Mel Gibson ones?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No, they're individual. They're separate.
Yeah. I mean...
But do you have to enjoy the Tina Turner song from Beyond Thunderdome?
We don't need
a
hero.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
All right.
I mean, I think I've seen the other ones, but I was so it was when they came, I was a youngin'. I remember watching them with my brothers and that. So I was just wondering.
So Tom Hardy is still attached to the prequel.
Really? Wow. I heard he wasn't. Okay.
Yep.
Blake, what's your number 4?
All right. So my number 4, I hope you did, because these are the only 2 that you could probably qualify as comedy action. Mm-hmm. And the first one was Hot Fuzz from 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And then this may be a stretch, but I figured it was about a action actor making action films, because Dolomite was his name and fucking up motherfuckers was his game.
There you go. I'll give you that.
Dolomite is my name. 2019.
Wow.
One of the few bright movies to watch during the horrible pandemic of 2020.
Yep. My number
Eddie Murphy.
My number 4 was Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen. So fucking messed up and weird, but I really enjoyed that film. It makes no sense and it's awesome. So, Jeff, number 4.
Yeah. Shoot 'Em Up is one that I haven't seen, but sounds like something I would like. Well, actually, it sounds like something I wouldn't like, but then again, something I would like.
It's so ridiculous. It's awesome.
Let's see. My number 4. I went ahead and I put The Hunger Games.
Okay.
I enjoyed The Hunger Games.
The first Hunger Games.
The first one, yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I agree. The first one was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it's just the first movie, The Hunger Games. The second movie was all right. They had parts of it that I liked. The third and fourth movies just they kind of lost me.
Jeff, is it just because there's kids blowing up and you just don't like kids? Is that why?
That's part of it.
Okay.
I mean, you can't argue that when kids are dying left and right.
Jesus. Number 3?
My number 3 is Tenet.
You saw that, 7 times? So you did it...
Well, I saw it once.
Okay. Felt like 7? Okay.
Then you saw it again with the subtitles?
I didn't need subtitles. I kind of was able to follow on what was going on, so...
Blake, he didn't need
Time's
subtitles. He just ignored what the plot was. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's an action movie. Do you need a plot?
Nope.
Okay.
I like that it's coming to HBO Max in May, and it's the one service that Christopher Nolan did not want it to go to. It is going to HBO Max. Sorry, Chris. Number 3 for me.
Do you think they would re-release that in the theaters once everything opens up?
Maybe.
No?
I don't think they will.
I
could be wrong. They might, but
I think the issue is real estate. I don't know if they have enough screens because once the theaters really open up in America, there's about 100 films that were coming out within a span of 6 months. We didn't even talk. Shang-Chi came out, the trailer for it. I don't know what's going on in it, but it looks fun. Sure. I mean, I think there's going to be so many films coming out that I don't think they're going to have. I think they're going to destroy each other. I don't know if any film is really going to capitalize on it because I think there's going to be so many films coming out come September and October. Let's see here. My number 3 is I Hobied it. Kick-Ass 1 and 2. Really enjoy those films. Really enjoy those
superhero
films.
movie.
Not MCU. I just said no MCU.
You just said MCU.
That was my guess.
Jeff and I were no super.
I consider Kick-Ass, but yeah, it fell under superhero for me.
Yeah, I would have put Kick-Ass on there if I didn't exclude superhero movies.
Okay. Blake was your number 3.
My number 3. This is where I differ from Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
But Bond's become more of an action hero probably in the past 20 years, and I think I really enjoy Casino Royale 2006.
Oh yeah, I love the movie.
Great film.
So there were too many Bond movies in the era that I just decided to eliminate them all as an option. But no, Casino Royale is probably my favorite of them that came out in that span.
Me liked.
Except for the part where he's getting his balls hit. That's not a good part for anybody.
Oh, they even made it more memorable.
Oh.
Not in a good way.
Uh-huh.
Shocking horror way.
Brian, what's your number 3 and 2?
Unless you're a masochist.
True.
Or if you're a sadist, you'd enjoy that too.
Brian, what's your number 3 and 2?
Okay, Brian, go ahead. Go ahead. I won't interrupt the end.
Shut it, Blake. Shut it.
All right, I'll be quiet.
The mute.
Number 3, I've got The Equalizer and Equalizer 2.
Is that Denzel?
You hobied it.
Yep.
Okay. Not Queen Latifah.
Not Equalizer
not
3?
show.
Is there an Equalizer 3?
No.
Oh.
No.
Not yet.
I didn't even know. Like, I don't even remember those films coming out. Like, I saw the list.
Neither do I.
Like, I saw the list of, like, the top action films of, like, the last, 20 years or so. I didn't even realize they came out. Like, I felt like they went way under the radar.
Were those Jason Statham films?
No, it's Denzel. I didn't even know they made
I'm thinking of The Transporter. I'm sorry, that's his number 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's your number 2, Brian? I'm gonna look up Equalizer now too. Sorry.
Atomic Blonde.
Damn it! You should have said Transporter.
He's not playing into your joke. Atomic Blonde is another one that I need to see. That looks like one that I think I would really enjoy.
I've seen parts of it, but not the entire movie through.
Is that Charlize, Brian?
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I stop and watch Charlize when I'm channel hopping, but I don't think I've ever watched it from beginning to end.
Damn it! Everything I look up for Equalizer is the Queen Latifah one. Damn it! Okay, Jesus.
Not the Edward Woodward one? Jeez.
Not the Jason Statham one?
The Equalizer in 2014 made $192 million.
That did really well.
Jeez.
It did good enough for Denzel to come back and do his first sequel ever. So,
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, doesn't he have to get out of what he owes in taxes? I mean, he's got to make some money, right?
It was directed by Antoine Fuqua. I didn't realize that either.
Antoine Fuqua.
Jeez.
I like Antoine Fuqua. He did King Arthur.
Wow. I'm just looking at this now. I'm just trying to see what's on. So very well worth it, huh, Brian? Huh?
Yeah,
I'm
very
really,
enjoyable.
I'm really serious. I didn't even realize they made a sequel to it. Good for them. Okay. Blake, what's your number 2? Crank?
Gladiator.
Oh.
Do you like Gladiator, Billy? You like Gladiator movies?
That was the best picture from the year 2000, Jason.
It barely made the cut, Jason.
But it was the best picture.
And it was the best picture of 2000. That's right.
My number 2?
I mean, who could argue with Gladiators, man? How more action-y can you get? Come on.
We're talking about making a sequel to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that idea or not, but
They can make it. They just can't have Russell Crowe return.
Yeah, Russell Crowe's like old fat Gladiator dude now.
Well, and his character's dad.
Well, that too.
Spoiler alert of a.
But I thought they were gonna Gladiator and Hades or something. I don't know what the hell.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Following him to the afterlife.
Yeah, that's what I thought the plot was, wasn't it?
That was the original plot, the original sequel idea. Now they're having, I think it's his son is going to take over.
Son of Gladiator, love it.
Oh, okay.
Equalizer is not on any
Equalizer
streaming
3,
services.
that's for sure.
You gotta rent it. You gotta pay for it. It says. Sorry. Let's see. My number 2 is The Kingsman. I really love that film. Have not seen the second one, but I really love the first one. I
enjoyed the first one.
Yeah,
it has some good action sequences in it. The fight in the church is really cool.
I think the whole thing is just fun. I really enjoyed it. The fight in the bar is awesome. The woman with the scissor legs. I mean, it's just
Well, that was a little weird.
It's ridiculous. You're weird, Blake.
You know what it is? I think I did I just didn't care for the lead actor.
The male, the British.
Yeah,
I liked him.
the kid from One Direction.
No,
he looks like he probably could have been in a boy band.
He was Elton John.
He was.
He was good in that movie too. Was Elton John?
But for was it Taron Egerton?
Yes. Yes.
But for some reason, I don't know. I think he was my problem with that movie. I didn't like him in it.
Well, he doesn't like you.
That's fine.
What's your number?
I didn't say I didn't like him. I just didn't like him in that role.
What's your number 2 and 1, Jeff?
My number 2 is The Bourne Identity.
The original one?
The one called The Bourne Identity, yes.
I don't know which one is it. There's 4 of them, I think.
He couldn't put any Bond movies in because there's too many of them, but there weren't too many Bourne Identities yet.
Well, there was only one Bourne Identity.
That's true. But there's a lot of Bourne stuff.
There were only like 5 Bourne movies, and one of them didn't even have Jason Bourne in it. So
that was Jeremy Renner, wasn't it? Yeah. What's your number 1?
I had my number 1 is Kill Bill.
The
that
first
was
one,
easy.
or the whole series, both of them.
Both
Okay.
I agree with Quentin Tarantino and consider the two movies pretty much one whole movie.
Okay. My number one, I said no MCU, but I didn't say no superhero film, and I had to because I get stuck watching this every time because I love it so much. Brian likes this film too. Jeff likes this film. Jim likes this film. I don't know about Blake. The Punisher with Thomas Jane. God, I love that film. Love it.
Never saw it.
Hey, Brian. God's going to sit this one out. God, I love that line. Love it. I love the Punisher film with Thomas Jane. It's amazing. And even his short that he did with his, Dirty Laundry or something like that. Great.
Dirty Laundry, yeah.
Yeah, great. Especially when he has the whiskey bottle. Oh, my God. Blake, what's your number one?
My number one, I picked it because I found it delightfully very entertaining, despite the fact that I've been loathing almost all the Tom Cruise movies he's made in the past 20 years.
Ooh.
But it had Blunt in it too, so that made it a great plus. Edge of Tomorrow. I really enjoyed 2014's Edge of Tomorrow.
Never saw it, but I heard good things about it.
That's another one that I got to put on my list.
It was good and actiony, and it had the humor, especially when he keeps reliving the day over and over again and keeps like dying real quick because he keeps making a stupid mistake. But I found it to be awesome, and if you're an Emily Blunt fan too, it's good stuff.
Good. Brian, number one.
Despite the fact it had time travel.
Was it technically time travel? You're just reliving the day over and over again.
That's true.
I feel like I'm reliving this over and over. Would you let Brian go? Number one.
It was good groundhoggy. Yeah, it was good groundhoggy.
Brian, please tell us what your number one is.
Number one for me, the John Wick series.
I should have known that was yours.
I was stunned that you picked John Wick.
So I DVR'd them. I got 1 and 2 on my DVR, but it's on regular cable, so I don't know if it's going to take away the violence on it.
A little bit.
So I want to see them, and you've talked many times about them, so I want to watch them. I have them on DVR though. So you're a big Keanu fan, aren't you?
Big fan.
Did you read his comic book? I saw you bought it, but did you read it?
Berserker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It's awesome.
Okay.
To be completely honest, it's the first comic book I've ever bought in my entire life.
Wow. Okay.
I was reading about the show that they're going to do, the movie and all that stuff, and then saw that it was a comic book. Went down to Paper Street and he had it. So,
did you buy the autograph version for like $1,000?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
If you want, I can autograph it for you.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'd just get somebody else to autograph it, and
then it would be a lot cheaper.
Right?
Could you tell Paper Street that if they give us a couple copies of the $1,000 ones, like for all of us, that we'll give them like free promos for a month?
That's a lot of IOUs, man. I don't think they realize what treasure trove of IOUs
I don't think Jimmy's going to fall for that.
Okay.
But I'll ask him.
You know what, intern?
I got to swing by there tomorrow, so I'll ask him.
You know what? You have some power. You could do up to 6 months. Negotiate with him up to 6 months. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that up front.
Start low.
Yeah. Start with a week. And then go. Speaking of promos, we're sponsored by the Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 17th through the 19th. Get your tickets at Cincinnati Comic Expo next month, I think. Things are opening up. Get your vaccine shots, and you can go down to Cincinnati Convention Center, Duke Energy Convention Center, and see Hobie there playing trivia on the stage. Hey! Also,
and hopefully hosting other panels.
Yep. Keanu Reeves may be there.
Introduced.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves will be there.
No. Can't say will.
No.
Just might.
Clive Owen may be there.
He might.
Topher Grace might be there.
God, I hope not.
He's dressed as Venom.
You can get him to sign your that 70 show box set.
Actually, action star Topher Grace might be there. He was in Venom. He was in Predators. I mean, I think
he was not in Venom.
Sorry,
he was in Spider-Man 3 as Venom.
As Venom, I'm sure he's coming back in Venom 2, though. I'm sure he'll be back in Venom 2. They'll get rid of Tom Hardy for him. So September 17th through 19th. Don't forget.
Yeah, I think Tony Moran might be there. The original, Michael Myers from Halloween.
We'll talk about that next week too, Burley. Got that. Real quick here, we had some we had picks from our listeners for top 5. Dev. He had Cradle to the Grave.
Oh, Dev,
John
by the way,
Rule?
who actually does a real history podcast, by the way.
Does he?
On occasion.
He hobied that shit at number 4. Wanted and The Accountant. I forgot about Wanted.
The Accountant's an awesome movie.
That's Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah, and who's the girl? Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick.
I would watch it just for her. Number 3, Eagle Eye. Oh, this is a good one. Number 2, Smoking Aces. That is a great film. Great action.
That is an honorable mention.
And Two Guns, he had. And number 1, 6 Underground. So
yeah, that wasn't good.
Niecy. She had The Revenant just because of the bear. Mission Impossible. 300.
Which was Mission Impossible was before 2000.
She's saying it's Mission Impossible 2 then. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
2, I think, was in 2000. So all the others were after 2000, but the first one was like 96, I want to say.
Who's counting?
Number 3, 300. Number 2, John Wick. And number 1, Avengers. Honestly, there are a lot of great ones to choose from. There was, actually. Jared Mills. He had Shoot 'Em Up. Good job. Inglourious Bastards. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. All the John Wicks. And Hardcore Henry, which was that first-person shooter.
Hardcore Henry. Yeah, my buddy, Mr. Cool, told me I should put that on my list, but since I didn't see it, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's all first
But
person.
he raved about it. It's pretty cool. From Mr. Cool.
Brian, he said no comic or sci-fi, otherwise it would be too hard. So he had Taken, Casino Royale, The Bourne Identity, Kingsman: The Secret Service, and Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. Steve at EILFM. Every time I learn from movies. Happy birthday. The Protector. Hobbs and Shaw. Got into your stash there, Brian. Dark Knight. And Dark Knight I was thinking of that one. The Raid. And he got into Brian's stash again. Mad Max Fury Road. Randall Holt. RJ Holt, 666. He's not evil.
He's just handled that way.
Number 5, Deadpool and Deadpool 2. He hobied it. Number 4, Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2. Number 3, John Wick. Number 2, pretty much every MCU movie. And number 1, Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Kevin at Cincy Explorer had Deadpool. Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Oh, so good. Casino Royale. Inception. And The Dark Knight. 2 more here. Cinema Guys. Brad had Fast 5. Seriously. The Raid. 300. John Wick. And Mad Max Fury Road. Did you just copy his list? And number...
I was waiting how long it would take before you called it Furry Road.
I did not call it Fury. Did I?
You just said it that time.
My bad. Doctor Number 1.
I heard furry.
Ah, son of a bitch, Doctor Number 1. Number 5, Chartreuse. Chartreuse. Every week I feel like I get better, and then I fuck it up the following week. Chartreuse.
No, it's not Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
It's a wine and cheese cutting board.
Charcuterie.
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 Number 4, driving.
Sharsh Curry.
Number 4, driving nude makes me horny. I don't think that's a movie. That's just what he feels like. Number 3, charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. Number 2, Star Trek. Wait a minute. And number 1.
Star Trek 2009.
Number 1.
You say Star Trek?
Yeah. And number 1, charcuterie. Is that better?
That's probably the best you've ever said it.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Screw you. Let's see here. Anyways, there you go. There's your top 5. Bad idea of this week is number 29, being Bernie Madoff. Just fuck him. Fuck him. Brian, real quick, do you have some quick obituaries? What you got here?
Let's see here.
We have some big ones.
Yeah. What you got?
What are the big ones? I'll tell you if I've got them.
That one. Big guy.
Brian just called him out.
Oh, you mean the rapper Black Rob?
No.
Black Rob.
Oh, Black
Okay.
Rob passed away this week.
Who else?
Former Vice President Walter Mondale.
Not that
I
guy.
missed that.
I'll be honest. I thought he was dead already, and I'm not trying to be mean. I really thought he was
Yeah.
just dead. I was like, oh,
I didn't even know he was still alive.
he was 93.
We had.
Oh, you know
Felix
what?
Silla.
I guess he's not going to be running for 2024.
No, The Rock is though. Who else, Brian?
2028.
Who is Felix Silla?
He played Cousin It on The Addams Family.
Mm-hmm.
The TV show or the movies?
TV show.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And then we had Helen McCrory.
This one sucks. She was 52, I think. Died of cancer.
Cancer sucks.
Who was she married to? I forget who she was married to, but another well-known actor. And she has 2 teenage sons, 13 and 14 years old. But yeah, that one really sucks.
She is awesome on Peaky Blinders.
Is that still going on?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was in Harry Potter, Peaky Blinders. She, if you saw her, you would know she was in a lot of good stuff. So, what else? Anyone else?
Those are the 4 that I had, but obviously more people, I guess, Blake. Right.
So,
Yeah.
well, that was a downer.
Oh,
note.
okay.
Anyways, thanks for listening this week. I'm glad you're not dead. You're listening. And
Yeah. Well, it was the 29th,
what?
29th anniversary of the death of Alfred Hawthorne Hill.
Would that be Benny Hill?
Correct.
Yep, Benny Hill. I did forget about that one. I don't think you could make the Benny Hill show now. I'm almost guaranteeing that. Maybe?
No.
No. That would be the first victim of cancel culture right away.
Yeah.
There is your History of Bad Ideas podcast. Thanks for listening. We will be back next week. And
Oh, wait. You also said the death of the Super League.
who? Oh, the Super
Death of
League.
the Super League.
Super
Yep,
League.
Super League. Breath of Science. Breath of Science.
Super League died this week.
Yep.
A day after it was
Born. It did
It
not
was
last
premature.
long. Oh. Roger says. Oh, wait, hold on. No, we got to do titles real
titles for the
quick.
show.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
We all knew we had to.
You know
We
what?
didn't even get to do our honorable mentions.
Fine. It's fine. Here's the thing. I miss a week, and I'm all screwed up here. Give me some titles for the show, Brian. What do you got?
Where's my potatoes? Pilates and cheese. We did Big D.
I thought of that one too, but
No gay cowboys.
God.
No, we can't use that one.
A Steph Curry board. That's it for me.
Jeff?
See, I had Son of Gladiator, Snorting the Cheese.
I had Snorting the Cheese.
I Forgot to Keep Watching. Space Raptors. And Screw You, Anderson Cooper. Here's Uranus.
I had, this is my favorite one, Fast and Tyrannosaurus. Just because of Brian made me laugh at that one a lot. Are You Having a Stroke? Better at Taking Bribes. Snorting the Cheese. Inhaling the Cheese. What's a Twist? And Nuclear Color. I don't know why, but Nuclear Color made me laugh on that one. So, anything specific that we like? I like the Fast Tyrannosaurus. I'm okay if we don't do that one. Anyone? Real quick.
So, Screw You, Anderson Cooper. Here's Uranus.
Nope.
What if we change Anderson to Mr. So it's just Screw You, Mr. Cooper?
Nope.
What's wrong with that? It's the name of the planet.
If you don't go with anything, I'm going to do Snorting Cheese here in a second. Anyone? Brian, what you got?
That sounds like a bad example to set for the children.
I'm going with Pilates and cheese or Where's My Potatoes?
I like the Where's My Potatoes. I'm going with Where's My Potatoes. Good job, Brian. Roger says goodbye.
Yeah, your Where's My Potatoes in the
See,
pirate
now you're just
accent.
making it rough, Blake. It's just too long. God.
Where's my potatoes? Arr, that way.
Arrgh.
Arr,
Roger
where's
says
my
goodbye.
potatoes? Arr. What accent is that?
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, it's not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.